to my channel, or welcome if you're new, and welcome to reading 6 of my most anticipated reads from the last 2 months of the year. You'll see me read 6 books. I was trying to narrow it down. Do I split it up? Do I not? But I think it's just gonna end up being in one vlog. So what have I been reading? What did I read? So I own 4 of them physically and 2 of them I read via ebook. So let's talk about them. So what I started with was Wild Eyes by Elsie Silver, one of the most anticipated books of my life. This is a small town single dad romance between obviously a single dad who's like a rancher and a pop star who's come to record an album at his best friend's studio. So this carries on from Wild Love. I then went into Play Along by Liz Tom Ford. This is an accidental marriage workplace romance with Kai's younger brother Isaiah, Kai from Caught Up, his younger brother, and Kennedy, who works as like their physio on their baseball team. Then I read Sunlight by Daphne Perry. Now this is accidental pregnancy workplace, like an enemies to lovers vibe. Easily one of my most anticipated reads of my entire life, because I love the accidental pregnancy trope and no one does the accidental pregnancy trope like the queen Daphne Perry. So I then read The Wingman by Stephanie Archer. This is a best friends like to lovers dating coach hockey romance. I don't always love the friends to lovers trope, but Stephanie Archer can do no wrong and she has nailed so many of my favorite books. Then Daydream by Hannah Grace. This is one of the world's most anticipated books because it follows Henry. This is also like a friends to lovers dating style romance. This is for the elder sisters, the people pleasers, the people like me. Then I read probably the most anticipated book of my entire life, and that is Lost and Lassoed by Lila Sage. Now Lila Sage cannot write a bad book in my eyes, so I mean you can see where this is going to go, but this follows Gus and Teddy. Gus is Clementine's brother from Done and Dusted, and Teddy is her best friend. This is a single dad nanny trope. It is the recipe for absolute perfection. So I will timestamp each book as they go. They're mostly spoiler free, but in case you don't, if you want to go into these books completely blind, you can skip over them. But I do not really discuss too many heavy spoilers in my vlogs anyway, but I will timestamp them to help you guys out, make it easier. So let's roll the vlog footage. I have had enough of working for today, so it's time for me to start Wild Eyes by Elsie Silver. I've been so excited to read this. I'm so excited. This is my prompter, a book that everyone has read. So I'm going to start this now. This is on my October TBR. So I'm probably going to immersive read this because everyone said the audiobook is freaking fantastic. So I'm going to sit here, I'm going to put on the audiobook as well. I don't even know how to feel. I just love Elsie's books. So I'll keep you updated. Probably update every quarter unless there's something else I want to say. But yeah, all I know is that like she's come to town to like record with his best friend. He's a single dad. That's all I really know. But it's Elsie Silver, so I'm probably gonna love it. I think this is gonna be a 5-star. I hope so, because I feel like I've been lacking 5 stars this year. So let's find out. I feel like I've been holding off on a lot of my 5 stars, and let's get reading. I am only like 20 pages in. I do want to say though that she is giving like Taylor Swift vibes. Like Skylar is America's sweetheart. So I'm probably like just over a quarter, maybe about a third of the way through this. I haven't had anything to say because I'm just so obsessed with this book. It is so good. This is so good. It is so funny. The banter, the relationship that Skylar is building with Wes's 2 children is chef's kiss. This is what I love about like single parent romances, like when the love interest like really bonds with the children. So she's like really bonding with them in like a separate ways, and like catering to their separate needs. And we're only like at the start, like we're very, very early into this book. West is probably like my new favorite single dad so far. He is hilarious. The banter is bantering in this. Skylar's storyline so far is quite heavy. It is quite emotional. She's got a lot of baggage based on like the way that her dad's treated her and like her parents and like their way that they have sort of forced her to be. It is like perfect golden child, not allowed to make mistakes, not allowed to do anything. So yeah, it's quite heavy. Made a lot of funny tabs so far. You probably can't see, that's not focusing. And like I just left off at a scene where like she's like moved into the bunkhouse that he has on his property where he horse trains, and like she's gotten up and she's like helped him with stuff, and I just think it's so sweet. Like she's never been a country girl in her life, never had to work a day in her life, and she's just like, I'm just gonna go balls deep into this and work. So obsessed so far. I will update. There is a reason Elsie Silver is so loved and she's just nailed it with this book so far. Definitely enjoying it more than Wild Love. 4 head kisses for Western Belmont, honestly. I'm gonna keep reading until my dinner gets here because I'm starving. I'm like a bottomless pit today. 50% of the way through, probably more than 50% at this point, I've just sort of been plugging away at this and enjoying it. Nothing major to report, like it's definitely going to be a slow burn. Feels like probably one of her slowest burns. Like I said, we're probably 50% of the way through. I'm up to page 262 and there's like 446 pages. So definitely over halfway, obviously. So like halfway was at 220. Right? We had like a light steamy scene, like they were making out, and but nothing major. Yeah, like literally just after the halfway point we had like a kissing scene. So like nothing major is happening. But I'm really enjoying the journey that Skylar is going on. I think this is definitely like feels like at this point her least spicy book. Obviously that could be changed, that could be different. Good to be reading something that is not like spice focused. I know that the spice is going to hit and it's going to be delicious, but I am so obsessed with Skylar and her relationship with these girls. The friendship she's forming with the girls and the relationships that she's forming with his kids is just elite. And like the banter and the humor and the lightheartedness between Skylar and West are elite. I think this is like what I love about a romance. I'm very much like of the mind that romance books should be about 300 to 400 pages. Like that's the sweet spot. I think the sweet spot is like arguably like 350. Pack enough plot, relationship development and everything. But if you're going to exceed 400 pages, you need to use those pages wisely. There needs to be a reason behind it. So I think this exceeding 400 pages is definitely worth it. Like it's definitely necessary. The slow burn makes sense. The pages make sense because we're following Skylar on a journey. No critiques. I genuinely am just like here for a good time. Like I literally have no negative opinion. So this has to be a 5-star because I have no negative opinion unless there's some stupid other woman drama or a stupid third act breakup or a really bad miscommunication. There's no reason this shouldn't be a 5-star. Finished, loved, 5 stars. It did have a third act breakup, but like I loved the way that they came back together and I loved like the resolution and the ending. It was so sweet. The 2 songs that we got were so good. The ending was so cute. I love, again, like Skylar's growth was just amazing. Something that I love in books obviously is growth of the main characters. What else? What else? I don't know. I just really enjoyed it. I think I'm going to give it a 5 stars. Like it's probably not my favorite. It's probably like 3rd in the rankings at the moment. Like I would still have like Heartless, Powerless than this, but it is like a top 3. I think it's a top 3. Yeah, definitely like less spice. I think people say that there's a lot of spice in Elsie Silver books when there's really not that much spice. It's quite minimal. There's like, call it 4 scenes, and even then they're not overly graphic. She does like have some good lines, like she does say you can take it, good girl, all those kinds of things, but they're not overly spicy. They're very tame. They are tame, but it's good spice. I enjoy the spice. I love the spice. This is the kind of spice that I like in a book. I'm thinking next I'm gonna pick up either Play Along or The Wingman. So I'll see what I feel like first and I'll pick up one or the other. See you guys when I'm reading. Whatever sports romance I pick up first. I'm gonna go like small town sports. That's the vibe I'm gonna do. Okay, it is a Saturday. I have now picked up Play Along. That's the one I decided on going with. I was tossing up between this and The Wingman, but I went with this because chef's kiss, obviously. I have been highly anticipating this since we finished Caught Up. This so far is amazing. I made a little start before I vlogged, so I'm like up to chapter 3. This is going to be great. This is about Kennedy and Isaiah. We meet Kennedy and we meet both of them in Caught Up. Isaiah is Kai's brother and Kennedy is the medical, what's her name? What is her job? I can't remember. She works on the medical team. She's got a doctorate. Like she's a doctor, but she can't work. She's not allowed to fraternize with the players, blah, blah, blah. She's got a sexist boss. On one drunken night in Vegas, Isaiah and Kennedy get married. So this is obviously them working all of that out. It is definitely like he falls first. Like he's obsessed with her. She's a little feisty little redhead. I really enjoy her character. Seems like she's got family baggage. She's got a stepbrother and stepsister. Her stepsister is marrying her ex-fiance. Her stepbrother is Isaiah's rival, so We're gonna have a lot of drama, a lot of chaos, and I'm very excited. So I'm gonna finish this clip right here because I'm so excited to keep going. I'm gonna update you at page 100. So I'm currently up to 32, so page like 100-ish. Yeah, I'll update you at chapter 12. When I get to chapter 12, you'll get my next update. First 100 pages complete. And I am obsessed. We've just left it a little bit of Cliffy. I don't have much to report other than I love Isaiah. He is so sweet. He is colorblind and like all he wants to do is like accommodate her and care for her and do everything he can for her. This is beautiful. I know I feel like it's gonna be a little bit gut-wrenching. Vibing. Is it topping the right move for me? Not yet. Is it beating Caught Up? It's close. At the moment it's tied with Caught Up. Very, very tied with Caught Up. I don't know which one's gonna beat it out. But people have said they like this more than The Right Move. So I don't know. We'll find out. I'm gonna keep reading because I'm enthralled. I love their romance and I just want to see more. Like, it's definitely gonna be like a slow moving plot. Very intrigued to see what happens with the new like director that's coming in, the granddaughter to the current guy. I understand why the cover is purple. I understand why the book is called Play Along. Can't wait. I'm gonna keep reading. So that's all I have to say for now. I'm up to chapter 21, so 208 pages in. I don't have much left to go. Yeah, it's definitely not knocking at this stage. It's staying, it would probably be my third fave, I think. He said, my wife once, we've had one spicy scene. He's very protective of Kennedy, which I adore and love and appreciate. Like it's beautiful, but it's just like not reaching the right move at this point. I still love it. I still really love it. It's just it's not hitting the same as The Right Move. Okay, I finished this. I'm settling on like a 4.5 star. I like the way that it ended. I just felt like there was something a little bit missing from it for me to give it a 5. Something like lacking in the gore. I don't know. It just wasn't the same for me. It just didn't hit the way that I wanted it to hit, but I still like thoroughly enjoyed it. Still would really recommend it. It would be now like from bottom to top would be like Mile High, Play Along, Caught Up, then The Right Move. So this is my first not a 5 star of my recent releases. Gave me like a 4.25 if you want to be like technical. I loved Isaiah as the main character. I think there was just something a little bit missing from Kennedy's character arc, and I think that's all it is. Yeah, that's that. Sunlight next, because I'm waiting on Lost and Lassoed to release, and then I will read that. It's an accidental pregnancy. I am predicting 110% it's gonna get a 5 star. Okay friends, it's time for my next book and it's one that I'm really excited for. Don't ignore that mess. But I'm about to start Sunlight by Devney Perry. I am so excited. This is an accidental pregnancy. This is one that I'm very excited for. I've heard great reviews. Basically love everything this woman writes anyway. I'm going to chill and read this. It is a Sunday afternoon. My cat is being annoying. We have my friend's cat over there in the corner hanging out. I am like 27% of the way through Sunlight. I am really enjoying it. It's a short book though, so it's kind of hard to sort of say. Like it's 293 pages, so like on the shorter side of romance books, but like it's kind of like slow moving, but I think the pregnancy is going to happen soon. Like feelings are very much present and like you can tell that they're very much like into each other. I want to say like it's an enemies to lovers vibe, but it's not like a strong enemies vibe. They're just like sort of beefing with each other because they both have feelings for each other, but like neither one is willing to admit it, and they're both sort of just skirting around their feelings. But I'm very intrigued to see where we go. I think it's going to end up being a bit of a forced proximity situation. She was renting an apartment. She's got some secrets. Sasha has some secrets that she's keeping, so I'm very intrigued in what secrets she's keeping. She was renting an apartment for very cheap, doesn't have any furniture. She's saving money for something. So she's moved into this apartment that he's like renovating for free. They've now gone to like their like annual sort of post-Christmas party on the ranch. Indy from book 1 has employed Sasha to manage the farm while Indy is manage like the resort and everything, like while Indy's on maternity leave. They're about to have like a romantic moment, so I'm gonna keep going. Obviously I love Devney Perry, so I don't anticipate this being a bad book, but like there's not a lot to report. We're just like we're going through the motions, and there's a lot of secrets being kept and a lot of like feelings that haven't been voiced by either party. It is the next day. I am like just over 50% of the way through this. I'm enjoying it. Do I like it more than Crossroads? I don't think so just yet. I think because these are shorter, there's something just like a little bit underdeveloped. Like it's fast paced, but also slow paced, and it's just lacking like a little bit of depth. I just like want to know what Sasha is hiding. Like I want the answers. It's definitely gonna get like at least a 4, somewhere between a 4 and a 5 for sure, but that depends. I really want to see some more answers to her backstory come up in the next like 10 or so percent. I want to see that before we hit the 3/4 mark. Unfortunately, there's just something a little bit underdeveloped, but maybe I'm just being super hypercritical. Okay friends, I think I'm starting the Wingman. This is like best friends to lovers, hockey romance, I believe. Don't really know what happens. I think it's something to do with like she breaks up with her boyfriend, so she moves in with him, and like he's trying to help her get a date, something along those lines. Either way, I'm about to start. I will update you when I have some more thoughts and feelings. I don't know if I'm going to read this now, maybe later, but we'll see. I'm going to do some reading sprint. Okay, it's a bit early. I just want to provide a quick update. So I'm 25% of the way through the Wingman. I think that my brain is not functioning. Definitely very like enjoying it. I'm not enjoying it as much as I enjoyed the Fake Out so far. She's a little bit quirky, but I think it's going to be very, very good. It's probably going to be like similar to like Behind the Net for me. He's not a spicy coach. So like he was best friends with her and her boyfriend, and then they break up, and then she moves in with him because she's got nowhere to stay, and he's like, I will come stay at my house, like I've got the space, like it's fine. And then she's like, I just want to be a player, like I want to learn how to be a player, I just want to date around. And he's like, all right, well, I'll teach you. So like he's teaching her how to be a player. So they're not like, it's kind of funny, very cute, always like really cute, funny moments. Like she's very close with the other girls. So there's nothing negative to report, but it is very, very cute, and I am enjoying it. I'm thinking I'm gonna go to the gym, and I'm gonna do like a long session on the treadmill, as long as no one pulls me away, and like read this while I'm at the gym. So update you guys when I get back. Okay, good morning. So I read a bit more yesterday and then never updated. So I made some notes because I was like, I knew that I would forget what I was going to say about the Wingman. So by the 50% mark, we had some spies starting. It's just I'm just really struggling with this because there's not a lot of relationship development. They're very much just like working on their friendship and this whole dating scheme, but it's just not gripping me the same. I thought by this point we would have had more discussion of like what she needs to heal and like her struggles and like what's going on in her brain, but there's not a lot. I thought that the purple hair scene was really cute and funny, and then the t-shirt afterwards was like really wholesome. And then I just love the friendship she's developing with the girls. I don't know, I'm not super invested in their relationship because it's really just focused on their friendship, which is kind of sad and disappointing, but I am overall really enjoying it. It's just not my favorite. At this point, I do think I prefer Behind the Net. Okay, so I've just discovered that I feel like I'm definitely getting sick, but that's fine. I'm gonna chill for the rest of the afternoon. But 75% of the way through the Wingman. The spice is spicing. I'm obsessed. Unfortunately, Aiden's just like not as like, as Rory. Rory just does something for me that like is unmatched. I am loving seeing Darcy in her new role. I think that's such a cool role. We haven't seen anything like that, I don't think, in any hockey romances that I've read, where like she's working, like where the FMC is like working more on like the gameplay. I've seen like them work on like business side of things and that kind of stuff, but I don't think we've seen an FMC work on like gameplay and analyzing gameplay, which I think is really cool. So yeah, I'm just like vibing. I'm gonna try and finish this book now. I'm gonna chill. I've now twigged. I think I'm getting sick. I've had this like scratching feeling in my throat, and now that I'm hearing my voice and I can feel it, like I can feel potential tonsillitis, I think, starting in my throat. Okay, this is a review that I never really thought that I would be giving, but I gave the Wingman 3.5 stars. That is so disappointing. Like, I love Stephanie Archer. I don't think I've ever rated one of her books so low. I've always, pretty much all of them are like 4 stars and above, but this one just did not hit for me. I don't know if I'm slumpy or just not a great book, but it was just, I don't know. There was so much that they could have done with it. There was so much going for it. Darcy's journey could have been dealt with in such a better way and could have been explored more, but it kind of just felt like nothing was really done with her character and her growth. I love the found family aspects in this book, in this series, like their elite, like the friendships and Like the family that they have built are elite, like top level, my favorites for sure. There was something lacking between the French, like the relationship between Darcy and Hayden. They were just overly friendly and not romantic enough, I guess. Skimmed the surface when there could have been more development. It's not a short book by any means, and I'm definitely not like a friends to lovers hater. I do quite enjoy that trope. It just truly lacked that spark to make it like a memorable read. Like I still think about the fake out to this day, but I will never think about these two again. Guys, I'm in the acknowledgements and this woman has already gut punched me in the soul. For my eldest daughters in my life, I see you, I appreciate you. And the most important, I love you for who you are and not for what you do for everyone. Why is this going to hurt? Like this is going to hurt me as an eldest daughter, pathological people pleaser. I don't know if I'm ready to read this, but I'm making myself do it. I'm 34 pages into this and I know this is going to be a 5-star read and I know this is going to be a top fave of the year. Hannah Grace can do no wrong. She's a fantastic author and I feel so fucking seen by this book. It's not freaking funny. This is not for I don't think this is going to be for everyone, but it is for me. So I'm going to keep reading. I'm truly in love with this book. I'm at the point in the way that I've sort of just set up their arrangement for like their dating coach relationship. Amazing. I love them so much. They are the sweetest little cherub little souls I've ever read about. The amount of tabs that I've put in this just for like, because Hallie is so relatable is insane. I love them. You have no idea. Do I think that this is going to be a long book? I'm just short of 100, like I'm 99 pages in and like I'm loving it. I do feel like it could drag at moments, but I still do think at this point that it's going to be a 5-star read. Am I going to feel like it's too long? I'm unsure, but I am going to keep reading because this is heaven in a book and I love them so much. I sometimes really hate this camera because it has this stupid non-audio recording setting and that is really frustrating. So great. Didn't record my voice for the last few takes, so we're just gonna hope that I can like, I think I'm gonna voice over it and talk what I think my thoughts were in that moment. Editing Lauren here. So I was gonna try and voice over what I said, but it's been way too long since I filmed that video that I do not remember what I said, and it's just gonna be easier if I just talk about it now. So obviously I lost my footage for the 50% mark of this book and the 75% mark of this book. I had literally no negative critiques. I was really enjoying it. The spice had sort of lightly started around the 50% mark. There was a scene where like they did things, didn't go the whole way. I really liked the scene in the hotel room. There's not a lot of spice in this book, but it is like great spice. It is very loving, very romantic spice, and I just felt like it was really well done. For the length, there was no points between the 25% mark and the 75% mark that I think could have been skipped. Like even now, like thinking back, I don't think there was anything that really stood out to me that I wouldn't have included or that I would have skipped. I just really enjoyed the slow burn of this, and I enjoyed the way that Henry was making Hallie feel and the confidence that she was growing and the relationship she was forming with all the girls, because she felt like she had no friends, and I really loved seeing her confidence grow and her, you know, her developed friendships. That was for me a highlight of this book. The friendships, the female friendships, and her friendship with Henry, as well as the romantic relationship, were just so fantastic that I was so entertained in that period of time. So yeah, the female friendships, push it through and make sure that there's no like lulls in the book, because you've got more to focus on than just the romantic relationship. I am obsessed with this. 5-star, absolutely loved it. It was perfection. Henry is my favorite little sweet angel baby child. No negative critiques. The length was good while it is long. I didn't feel like there was a lull. I was very much entertained and just didn't want to put it down. If I wasn't reading like 100 other things at the same time, I probably would have finished this quicker as well. But I truly loved this. I thought it was perfection. I loved Hallie. I loved the strength that she grew in the end. I loved Henry's resilience and his constant like journey of growing as a human. There was no technical third act breakup. They very much just like, we're gonna take some time off our heart, like let's like work on ourselves and just like breathe for a minute. There was no actual sort of breakup. They weren't technically together, so they kind of just communicated. It was very much like a communicative breather on what was going on, just to like heal and grow, which is I think so much better than a proper like breakup with miscommunication, all the things. I loved the way that this was handled. I think it was perfection. We'll sing this book's praises for the end of time. There was only the 4 spicy scenes. I don't think I missed one. I think it was a perfect level of spice. It made sense. Was Icebreaker spicier? Probably. Is that a valid critique? I don't think it's a valid critique. I think people should just like be a little bit more serious. Like it doesn't, you don't need to have more. Like 4 to 6 is like 2 to 6 spicy scenes is like my sweet spot. More than that, like depending on like the style of book, if I am going into it just for smut, obviously more than 6 smutty scenes is what makes sense. But this was good. I loved it. Henry is a sweet baby angel child and I'm obsessed with him, like utterly obsessed. I think he is a beautiful human. So I love that. 5 stars. I don't know if there's gonna be more in the series, but I'm very much ready for whatever Hannah Grace wants to put out next. I'm very happy with whatever she wants to give us because she just knows how to get us girlies. And it's time we start my most anticipated book of like the entire year of my entire life, and that is Lost and Lassoed. I am so ready for this fucking book. I cannot explain to you. I've got like 6 colored tabs because I feel like I'm gonna be tabbing the fuck out of this book. Gus and Teddy have had my heart from the start of this series. Again, I've seen people like not be impressed by it, but I just know that I'm gonna love it. Like I just know that going into this is gonna be perfection, and I am so ready. She just knows how to write a fucking book, and I'm ready. Lila Sage is the queen of my fucking soul, and I just know that this is gonna be great. So I'm finishing off this vlog with my most anticipated book, the one that I have been so excited for, and I'm finishing off on a banger, I hope. And I'm pretty sure that I will, so stay tuned. Let's go. We're here for my first update, and what do I have to say? Other than I love them so much. They are my whole heart and soul. These two have so much baggage and so much pain and so much like hurt, and I can just see the way that they're gonna like fall in love and heal and just become like 2 in love beautiful souls and heal everything that hurts them and pains them in life. I just feel it, and it's gonna be so good. I've tabbed the shit out of the first bit. Lila Sage just knows what she's doing. Genuinely just knows how to put in a good book for me. I can't even function. It is just so good. There are so many funny moments. I think one of the like the best and worst things, but like Emmy and Teddy are obviously besties, and there's like the friendship. We're gonna have the friendship struggle storyline. We're just gonna have so many good moments, and I am beyond ready for this. I don't really have a lot to say because I'm just really out here vibing. I don't know if I've said this, and if you don't know what this book is about, this is about Gus and Teddy. So Gus is Luke Brooks's best friend from Done and Dusted, and then Teddy is Emmy's best friend from Done and Dusted, and Gus is Emmy's brother. So Gus is a single dad, and his baby mama has like gone away for the summer, and he needs help to look after his daughter. So Amy's like, you can hire my best friend. She just lost her job. Riley and Teddy get on really, really well. I think you should just hire her, help her on like a couple of days a week. It'll really help you out. But Gus and Teddy cannot stand each other. They are constantly like quipping back and forth. There's a reason he doesn't like her, because he thinks like whenever his sister's gotten into trouble, it's because of Teddy. But you can see like he's so subtly attracted to her, and it is just so hard for him to avoid it. So he has hired her. She's gonna sleep in the house, in the guest room the nights before she has to look after Riley, and just to make her life easier, so she doesn't have to drive into town because he starts really early in the morning. And it's just going to be perfection. It'll be perfection, that I know. So I'm gonna keep going. I'm determined. I'm gonna finish this tonight. I want to finish this tonight. I want this to be a 1-sitting book. I'm basically halfway, page 490. 490? 109. What? 149. I know what's gonna happen. I know why he doesn't like her. I know where this is going. I know why they don't like each other. And I'm so ready for it. I feel like this was so obvious and we should have expected it, but like at the same time, I just didn't expect it. Like I'm stupid. I should have realized before it was happening. I've got so many red tabs. I'm so obsessed. So many cute, sweet moments. I'm loving the friendship that Teddy is forming with Riley. I literally have not a single complaint about this book. It is so fucking good. I'm just obsessed. Like, I do not want to stop. So I'm gonna keep going. Yep, I was right. This boy has taken on way too much pressure, way too much pain. Like, he needs to just like give himself some grace and like a moment to breathe. And my heart hurts for Mr. Gus. Like, there's a reason he is so sad. Like, he just feels so much pain. Like, I hurt for him. I really do. See you in another 75 pages, unless something happens. I'm also curious, like we're fully like set up for the next book. Like, we know who the next book is going to be about. Like, we know who it's about. I just want to know how we get there. I'm sure we'll find out soon, but like, I really want to know how we get there. Okay, so I'm truly like so close to the end. There's just something that I want to like talk about before I keep going. Now that's in my brain. Like, coming off, I just read Daydream, and now coming off onto this, like, I really connected on a lot of levels with Hallie, my eldest daughter, but then there's also parts of like Teddy that I really like see myself in. So like somewhere in the middle, like I'm somewhere in the middle of both of them. That said, obviously Teddy feels like stuck in life because she's like the only one in her friend group that like her best friend's moving on, getting married, blah 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 blah, and she's like stuck, you know, she's single, no job, blah blah blah. And like, I think it's like, and she's 28, so I think she's 28. And it's so weird, like, being in your late 20s, especially like late 20s post-COVID. Like, I feel like we lost so much life because of COVID. Like, I feel like I'm still, like, I'm 27 years old, I'll be 28 in a couple months. Like, I feel like I lost so much of my youth, so much of my 20s because of COVID, especially being in Australia. Like, everything was like shut, and it just is weird. And I feel like I should still be like 25, 24. And like, yes, like I've done, like I'm the first, and this is like, I'm on the opposite end of like Teddy's spectrum, where like I'm the only one in my friend group that is married. Most of my friends have partners, which is like fine, but it's like different. Like, I'm the only one in my friend group that's married. None of my friends have kids. Like, what is the next step for me? Where do we go? It's so like your late 20s in like this day and age is so weird. Like, everyone's at different points, and it's just really hard to know which way's up and which way's down. It's something that I think about often. Like, I'm married now, what's the next step for me? Like, what do I do? Where do I go from here? What is normal? Everyone's at different points, and it's so hard to feel like you belong, because yeah, there's no like linear trajectory of what your 20s would be like. I'm just getting everyone the finger. I know it's 25 stars. I'm going to keep reading. I'm going to finish this now. Like, Lila has definitely captured something about your late 20s in this book perfectly. Your late 20s is a really weird time. I am getting a bit tired, but I really don't have much left. Like, I literally just have like the tiniest little bit left. Still not sure how Wild and Wrangled is gonna occur. Very intrigued, so I'm hoping like we get answers at the back of this book. But yeah, I'm gonna put the camera down and finish this book, and then I will update you. Okay, I really need to get ready for the day, but I want to give this update and everything so that I can start filming and getting ready for the day. But I have finished this beautiful masterpiece, and I have given it 5 stars. Obviously, I love everything that this woman writes. I think I was talking about this the other day with a friend. Are these objectively like the best books ever written? Probably not. No. But do they hit every single point in a romance book that I want it to hit? Absolutely. She just knows how to nail a book that is targeted to girls in their 20s and knows how to make us feel seen, knows how to keep us entertained with the spice, with the banter, with the chaos. Like, this is the ultimate girl juice. Loved this with my whole heart and soul. I truly, truly loved this. Gus and Teddy will have my heart for the rest of my days. I love them immensely. Teddy really encapsulates what it's like to be a 20-year-old, because we're all at so many different stages of our lives. All of us are navigating changes, and people feel left behind, people feel too far ahead, and I think that's the message that Teddy is trying to convey. Maybe you are the friend that feels like all their friends are getting married. Maybe you're the friend that feels like you're the only one getting married, like I do. Like, it's so different. We're all at different stages, and I think Teddy, being in your 20s as a girl, is so confusing. You're trying to find out your identity, find out where you're going in life, when you have like the pressure of like a looming biological clock, and all of these things are so overwhelming, and you just don't know where to turn to first. And like, Teddy has this immense need to care for everybody, and that is so relatable. Like, there's just something so precious about her, and I love her so freaking much. But yeah, and then Gus is just this sweet little soul who is such like a grump, but like all he wants to do is care for people. Like, as well, and like make sure his daughter has the best life. And they were truly like a match made in heaven. Like there's so many similar qualities that they have, and they just needed to be able to see that. And I loved it. I truly loved it. I think I've given every single book in this series a 5 stars. And again, is it an objective 5 stars? Probably not, but it hits all the points that I want it to hit in a short time frame. I annotated the freaking shit out of it, and I cannot wait for the next book. I think the next book is going to be even better. I cannot wait to see what Lila does next. Like I cannot wait to see the next book, but I also cannot wait to see the next series that she's going to be releasing, because I just know she is going to knock it out of the park. But yeah, that's all I want to say on this. So cut to the outro. Okay, as you can see, I pretty much had a solid win with all of these books. So I'm pretty sure I said it in the vlogs, but Wild Eyes got a 5 stars. So much better than Wild Love. Was fantastic. Play Along was a slight letdown. Not a complete letdown, but just like I wanted like a little bit more from it. But I'm pretty sure I gave it a 4 star, and I really loved it. I really didn't have too many critiques, but I think I prefer Mile High to this. But I am going to be rereading Mile High in December, so we will see where it stacks up, because I just feel like Mile High is really not fresh in my mind. I want to compare this to Mile High and see which one I actually prefer more. Sunlight didn't hit the same. I did prefer Crossroads, but Sunlight, that got a 4.5 stars. Still was a great book. I loved the conclusion. There was just like a lot going on, and I think I just preferred ultimately Crossroads. And then we have my biggest letdown of the year, and that is Wingman. The Wingman, it got a 3.5 stars. For such a long book, I just felt like there could have been more growth and more substance to this that wasn't really discussed. I don't really know how to explain it. It just didn't hit the way I wanted it to hit. There was so much that could have been done. It was just a bit of a faffing about for quite a while. But Daydream, 5 stars. I love this book with my whole heart and soul. Easily one of my favorite books of all time. And Lost and Lassoed obviously got a 5 stars. So I got these 3 books that I gave 5 stars. They just have a formula that I really like, and I think for me, like, it just does it for me. They just hit the points that I want a romance book to hit. That's a little bit more than the romance, and we go on like personal development journey. So that's what these do for me, and that's why I love them. And I think the ones that didn't get the 5 stars, they were just missing that personal growth and personal journey that could have been touched on. But yeah, that is the end of this vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Do you want more of this style of vlog, reading like anticipated releases, or reading like a certain genre, a certain trope? Let me know in the comments what you want to see from me in the new year. I had so much fun making this vlog. Make sure you like and subscribe, because December is going to be a jam-packed month. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.